How y'all doing? Y'all tuned in to Rightfully Structured. Just had a few things. This is my first video. A lot to get off my chest. You know, need to start learning and helping each other a lot more. Shout out to everyone that's participating and been doing their thing. And I feel like now is my time to actually contribute. But I just want to say that for the ones that's out there going through the things of like hard times and people not understanding them, you're not alone. That's the title of my video. You're not alone. But times will be hard regardless. You just gotta learn how to maintain, push forward. First and foremost is try to love yourself. That will lessen the blow on a lot of things that approach you because you know how to stay grounded. No matter what, you will learn how to stay grounded. Yeah, truly dig deep and try to understand. Write down things that you love about yourself to bring self awareness. Sometimes we get focused on the negativity that people project on us, and that can distract the true potential of who we should be. So try to dig deep and find that true love in yourself. You can't love anybody else until you love yourself. A lot of people don't understand that. You go out here and you chase love, it's not going to work. Doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to work. Everything will be a supplement. It will just be something temporary until the tired moment that you realize, okay, I got a lot of self worth. Maybe you won't realize it. You'll just be wondering or thinking that somebody's just pulling you down or doing something to you because you never took the time to understand yourself. Once we became adults, it was time to stop blaming people and accusing and just a bunch of nonsense. It's just time to start taking initiative of our actions. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and try to portray myself to be perfect. But I tell you what, I work hard at being the better man that I should be. Not just for anybody else, but for me. I know I deserve that. I don't want to be walking in somebody else's path. I've done a lot in the past, but I grown from it. I started to understand things a lot better. Some things I didn't have to go through, it was just there. Some things I went through, it was out of my will. Just had to go through it. But I tell you what, I don't take it back because it made me stronger. If I didn't go through it, I probably wouldn't be the person that I am today. Self respect, I would say the second one. First one was love yourself. Self respect is the second one. When you do things, you always have to look at your image. With what I learned, you can't be a good example or portray yourself to be a good example, and you're out here doing the opposite. It might work on a lot of people, but the people that actually does the work and they see and they hear you, you can't fool them. They're gonna know off the top. Okay, this person's not doing the work. And what are they talking about? They're gonna see that. They're gonna hear it. You can't fool anybody. If you truly want to be the better person that you could be, you gotta work on. That's a major fact a factor of you, self-respect. You want to follow people and you want to do what everybody else doing in the in crowd, and later on when you get the wrong results, something don't go your way, and then you expose yourself to certain things that you could have had control of. It was the lack of self-respect. Because if you had more self-respect, then you would be doing better things and avoiding certain situations, which I've grown to know. Everything I speak on, I've been through. So it's not just me just talking. I've been through this. I say another one that you should probably be very, how should I say, very in tune with as far as yourself is understanding yourself completely. Completely. I mean, mentally, physically. Just try to understand yourself. The more you understand yourself, the more you are being you. The more you're going to understand you. That way, nobody can tell you how to live your life. Or you're doing something wrong when you know what you're doing. People are master manipulators and deceivers out here. And if you're not controlling yourself or understand yourself, then you're going to fall victim to the things that's around you, and it can take you somewhere where you shouldn't be. Some people don't wake up out of it. Some people do. Some people learn. Some people, they just take them down a dark path to the point that there's no return. They didn't ruin their life. They ruin other people's lives. It can get real deep. But definitely try to understand yourself. The feelings that you have. Understand your feelings. When you get upset, it's okay to be upset. We're human. But it's about understanding why you feel the way you feel. The more that you understand this type of stuff, the better you can control it, the better you know yourself. So that way, even if someone's projecting these feelings onto you, you'll know that it's not your feelings if you understand yourself. That's a whole nother subject on that part, projecting energy onto people, but we'll get into that later. But yeah. Another thing that you should probably do is treat yourself. When you set goals of what you want to do, actually set little goals. You don't have to do any big things. Don't worry about what somebody else doing. Don't worry about how I'm going to be able to do this. Start small. Like this list that I'm saying, you got to go within first. You really want to achieve the real goals on the outer, you gotta go within. You really gotta go within. And it would definitely set you free on a different level, that you can completely see yourself for who you are. And I'm gonna tell you now, the more you understand, a lot of people already know this. For the ones that do, you know, but for the ones that don't know this, the more you start to do for yourself and understand yourself, and more self-work, not being selfish, but understanding your worth and working towards it, the more people are going to try to intervene, be distractions, down you. You're going to get all these. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for it. That's going to be the true test of your strength. That's going to be the true test of your strength. Who are you? What are you capable of doing? Are you going to let this person tear you down? Are you going to let these people tear you down? Or are you going to stand? You're going to fight, not necessarily physically, but mentally, and dealing with these situations correctly. If you're walking in the right path, trust me, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to fight anybody because the Most High is going to cover you. You're going to be protected. A lot of people don't know that. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's my first video. It's going to be a lot more coming. And I'll just say, stay positive in your mind. Don't let the negative chitter chatter in your mind distract you. It's hard. It's hard. Life is hard. We go through life, and if you missed a lot of chapters in your life that you should have completed as you being a whole person, hold on one second. If you missed a lot of chapters in your life as you being a whole, as you completing yourself to be a whole person, it's gonna throw you off tremendously, because as you move through your life, you're gonna have more chapters. So now you gonna have to try to figure out, how can I continue to complete these chapters that's coming in my future. Meanwhile, the chapters that I missed in my past, how can I complete these, and how can I work on it when you have to work? If you have kids, if you have family responsibilities as far as relatives or whatever, mother, whoever. If you have a lot of things to attend to throughout the day, it makes it hard for you to have time for yourself, to understand and work on yourself. But the thing is, it's not to lose yourself. You can have the time. It's just on how you look at it. If you absorb yourself with distractions, always trying to keep up what somebody's doing, always trying to watch the latest show. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can watch your stuff, but this is the thing, it's about self-worth. So if you really trying to work on yourself, then you gotta be mindful of the distractions, because they're out there, and that's gonna slow you down. That's gonna pull you from you working on yourself, and before you know it, you got this grown adult, but can be in the mind of like a child. Can have a mind of a child though. I see this a lot. I see this a lot. But I'm gonna leave it on that. Just know that you're not alone. Definitely a confirmation. A lot of people probably already know. I'm quite sure there's a lot of people talking about the same things. I don't keep up with a lot of people. Not saying that I don't, not knocking anybody or whatever. I just don't look for certain things. I always look for stuff inside me first. And for the things I didn't know, I try to find and understand. I was always the type of person that looked for understanding, because I didn't like confusion. The more I understood, the better things were. I'm gonna leave it on that note. Y'all take care.